Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Today I'm going to introduce to you Barb. I've been hit from behind 6 times when I've been driving in the winter, but none of my experiences even remotely compare to what Barb is going to talk to you about today when she talks about winter driving. And I hope that after hearing her speech, you'll have the opportunity to learn a few tips about how you can keep your wife, your husband, and kids safe the next time that you're driving during the winter. So please welcome Barb.
Toastmasters and fellow Speechcrafters, how many of you have ever slid while driving on snowy or icy roads? Well, I'm here to urge you to use good judgment and practice safe driving techniques during the winter. One Saturday in early March, I woke up to find several inches of snow had fallen overnight, and it was still snowing. Being a Saturday, PennDOT didn't seem to be quite as quick to clear the roads. So I was debating whether to take the boys to their choir practice that morning. I decided to check the webpage, and it wasn't canceled. So I cleared the snow off of our SUV, and I started out. Once we got out of our development, the road was fairly clear, and I wasn't too worried. I was cruising along Whitehall Road about 40 miles an hour or so, no problem. Then I turned left onto Nixon Road. I'm not sure what happened next. Maybe the kids were distracting me. Who knows? But I didn't slow down soon enough for the big S-curve. When I did try to slow down, suddenly the SUV started skidding out of control off toward the left side of the road. Ah! I was screaming, Seth was screaming, Jonah was screaming. We did a 180 and ended up in the cornfield, facing back the way we had come. Now, I'm a very emotional person, so of course I started crying. We just sat there in the cornfield for a few minutes while I tried to compose myself and try to calm down my still screaming children. Thankfully, I was able to get back on the road, and I very slowly and carefully drove back to our house. We were very lucky. No one was hurt, we didn't hit anything, and there was no damage to the SUV. However, the experience left a permanent impression on me, and it will make me think twice about driving in winter weather again. Given my frightening experience, I would like to share some winter driving tips with all of you. First, be gentle. From cartalk.com, be gentle on the gas, gentle on the brake, and gentle with your steering. This also requires you to go slow and to plan ahead for stops and turns. When I did that 180, I didn't slow down soon enough, so then I tried to brake too hard. And I also shifted down into second gear in an attempt to slow down, but that ended up jolting the car and may have started the skid in the first place. Similarly, don't use cruise control or overdrive on icy roads, since that can also jolt the car. Second, don't brake and steer at the same time. From www.tirerack.com, the proper way to negotiate a turn is to brake on the straightaway before you get to the turn. Then, coast as you steer through the turn. When you start to straighten out the wheel, coming out of the curve, then gently accelerate. Finally, from weather.com, the best advice is don't drive in winter weather at all if you can avoid it. I didn't have to be out that day when I did that 180. Nothing bad was going to happen. If my kids missed choir practice, the world was not going to end. And something much, much worse could have happened that day. Now, many people may say, but I'm a careful driver. I know how to drive in the snow. Well, just remember, you are not the only one on the road. You never know when an SUV will be doing a 180 as you come around a curve. So I hope you will remember my story the next winter when you are debating whether to drive in bad weather in the snow or ice. Think about it. Would you rather be home sipping hot chocolate under a nice warm blanket, or off the road stuck in a ditch when it's 10 degrees and freezing outside? If you must drive in bad weather, remember to plan ahead for turns, be gentle with steering and braking, and go slow. For more tips on winter driving, go to weather.com. Remember, you and your passengers are precious and irreplaceable. When in doubt, just stay home. Thank you. I didn't know who to hand it off to.